Have you ever met someone in their 70s or 80s who still remembers names, jokes, and even life lessons better than people half their age? They seem sharper, wiser, more alive. And you wonder, how? Well, it's not magic. It's not genetics either. It's habits, practiced every single day. You see, your brain doesn't age the way your body does. It responds to how you treat it. If you feed it, challenge it, and protect it, it stays young far longer than you expect. So today I want to share with you 5 life-changing habits that keep elderly minds sharp, focused, and emotionally alive. Whether you're already in your senior years or planning ahead, these aren't just tips. They're the difference between living and simply existing. Let's begin. 1. Keep learning, no matter how old you are. Imagine a garden that you never water. What happens? It dries up, slowly, quietly, until it's just dust. That's your brain when you stop learning. After retirement, many people stop challenging themselves mentally. No deadlines, no learning goals, no pressure. It feels relaxing at first, but slowly the mind becomes dull. Learning is not a luxury, it's fuel for the brain. Read a book, take an online course, ask questions. Even something as small as learning how to use a new app or recipe gives your brain a spark. There was a man named Raymond, 76, who joined a senior tech class just to learn how to text his grandkids. By the end of the year, he was teaching others how to edit videos. When asked why, he smiled and said, "Because when I learn, I feel like I still belong in this world." The truth is, when you learn, your brain lights up. It rewires, it stretches. So whether you're 60, 70, or 90, don't let your curiosity die. Pick up that book, watch that documentary, learn that hobby. Not to impress anyone, but to stay alive, up here. 2. Talk every day, even when you don't feel like it. You know what's scarier than forgetting something? It's being forgotten. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it physically damages the brain. Elderly people who don't engage in daily conversation experience faster memory decline, slower response time, and emotional withdrawal, because silence doesn't protect the mind. Connection does. You don't need grand conversations. Talk to your neighbor, call an old friend, chat with the cashier, tell your grandchild a story from your youth. Every time you speak, you stimulate memory, emotion, and presence. One grandmother once said, "Every time I talk about the past, I remember who I still am." Conversation is oxygen for the mind. So speak more, laugh more. Don't let your voice fade with age. Even 5 minutes of meaningful conversation each day can keep your brain alive. Move your body to protect your brain. You may be wondering, what does walking have to do with memory? Everything. Movement boosts blood flow to the brain. It improves focus, mood, and slows down mental decline. It even helps prevent diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. You don't have to run marathons. A 20-minute walk, light stretching, gardening, even dancing to your favorite song in the kitchen, it counts. Think about this. The brain only weighs 2% of your body, but it uses 20% of your blood. If you don't move your body, your brain doesn't get the nourishment it needs. A retired nurse named Marlene, 82, walks 15 minutes every morning, rain or shine. She says, "Every time I walk, I feel like I'm moving forward in life, not just through it." So make movement part of your routine. Not for weight, not for looks, but for clarity, for confidence, for the brain. Protect your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. Let's talk about something most people avoid: toxic energy. Arguments, disrespect, chaos, even at this age, it still happens. And too many seniors keep quiet, thinking, "I shouldn't make a fuss." But here's the truth: stress shrinks your brain. Yes, chronic emotional stress affects memory, decision-making, and even language. If someone constantly makes you feel small, disrespected, or invisible, you have every right to step back. Learn to say no. Take your space. Block out people and places that steal your peace. You're not being rude, you're being wise. There's a man named Eunice who, after turning 70, moved to a smaller home just to be away from toxic relatives. Now, he journals, walks, and spends time with friends who uplift him. He says, "For the first time, I can hear my own thoughts again." Peace is not just spiritual, it's mental medicine. Share your wisdom. Don't let it die with you. You've lived through decades of storms, victories, mistakes, and moments. That's gold. Don't bury it. When you teach someone, you light up areas of your brain responsible for language, memory, and emotion. And even more powerful, you remind yourself that you still matter. Start small. Tell your granddaughter what your father taught you. Write a note to a friend who's struggling. Mentor a younger neighbor. Your stories are not just memories, they're roadmaps. And sharing them makes you sharper, stronger, and more fulfilled. An 84-year-old retired mechanic teaches boys in his street how to fix bicycles. When asked why, he said, "Because every time they ask me something, I remember I still have value." And that's the truth. When you share, you stay alive in more ways than one. These aren't chores, they're choices, the kind that give you control over your aging, your clarity, your life. If you want to stay sharp, alert, and present, these 5 habits will guide you. And if you love someone older, help them practice these. Because the mind doesn't age, it listens. It listens to what you feed it, what you feel, and what you choose. If this message moved you, inspired you, or reminded you of someone you love, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Evergreen Wisdom for weekly stories and habits that help you live wiser, not weaker. Because your age is not your end, it's your evolution.